Greetings, I'm Joe, creator of the Green Mountain Gold Trap, and we're here today to give you a little look at how it works and everything, and the features of it. Of course, being clear is a great big benefit. It's a huge benefit. Now, I'm a big fan. I was a big fan of the Bazooka Gold Trap. I've had one, and it was a really good machine. But then when I wanted to build something a little better. So I ended up going with something clear because I saw a couple DIYs on the internet, on YouTube. So I said, you know, that would be pretty cool. So I ended up building a clear model, and then I started realizing certain things about the fluid bed box that I don't think anybody really realized because you can't see what's going on. Well, now with this you can see what's going on. Now, the patentable feature about this is the removable trap, which makes cleanouts extremely easy, quick and fast. That's a wonderful feature. And like I said, with it being clear, you can look inside the trap and see exactly what's going on. You can see what that material is doing, and you can see if you've got it set up right. When it's not set up right, the water's coming through here and coming off from the skid plate, and it's coming down and it's blowing the material out in the center like a plunge pool. It's like a set of balls. So you know you've got to raise this front end up a little bit. Now, cleanouts are really quick, really simple. So we're going to go ahead and set this thing up and see what's going on. Quite often you've got to build something to get your trap set up right. So we built something here, we get it going good. One thing that I want to point out that is very important, and that's another thing that I discovered with the clear trap, you want to have where the material comes out of the trap itself, all your lighter material that ejects out as everything transitions and works inside. You want to have this down here at water level or slightly above, or above as much as you can get it, it doesn't matter. Just as long as it's not below the surface of the water, and that's quite important. So, okay, now let's talk about water velocity, because with your traditional sluice, for a 3-foot sluice, you'd want to have a 3-inch drop on the front end. Nobody would have known it until you have something clear, you can see what's going on. With a fluid bed box, it has nothing to do with the length of the sluice. It has everything to do with water velocity. So I'm going to be putting a video of another situation where I had really, really high water velocity, so you can see the difference in pitch. The more level it is. Of course, you don't want it completely level. You'd have a bit of a pitch on it. The less the water velocity, the steeper the angle. And always let the trap tell you what's going on. Okay, now we're going to prime it and see what's going on in the trap to make sure we've got it set up right. No classification required. Just go ahead and shovel right onto it. You get some really big rocks, just take them off the shovel. see what's going on inside the trap. Right down here, we see that at that front wall where the tubes terminate, that everything's working good. We've got good action inside the trap, so we know that the scoop is charged up well. So that's what I'm looking for, making sure that it's not blowing out in the center, and I want to see that everything's fluidized and working properly inside the trap. So we're good to go. Alright, now we'll talk about feed rate, how quickly you can feed it. Well, you can hammer it all day long, as you give it a breather for a couple seconds. And usually, the amount of time it takes you to shovel your next shovel full on, it's had enough time to breathe. Get rocks or leaves hung up on side there. Don't put your shovel like this. Sweep your material off like that. Now, I like to feed it like this myself. Why? The classification plate down here acts as ripples. So sometimes you'll get to see your gold getting trapped out inside there. So I like to feed it a little slower. And even with feeding it that slow, I can move a yard or better a day of material. Get a good close-up of it, straight down. You can see that that material is bubbling really good. And you can actually see it walking backwards. That's working really nice right now. Working really nice. I don't see any gold on the skid plate, but everything's working really nice right now. So that's what you want to see. Okay, so because we're in Vermont and the gold isn't, we're not in the mother lode here. It takes us all day to find, I don't know, a quarter of a gram. If you get into a nice place, you can find a gram of gold a day. But here, you don't find that much. So, what I have here is 2 grams of gold, a little over 2 grams of gold. Jerry's going like this, he wants me to give it to him. We've classified a bucket of material here, about 3/4 of a bucket of material. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this gold inside that bucket so you can see exactly what's going on. You can see that it's keeping that small gold. The gold that is in here is everything under 20 mesh. It's everything that would go through a 20 mesh classifier, which I think is a good indicator because, you know, it's going to keep bigger gold. What you want to see is if it's going to keep the smaller gold. Then you know it's going to work. Now, I'm also going to put a catch pan in front of the trap so we can see what kind of gold this thing loses. When I use a catch pan, I mean, if you're in an area where you're into nuggets, you want to have that catch pan there. Anything bigger than that classification plate, you're going to lose. So use a catch pan. I put a rock right here to diffuse this water so it's not blowing things out. And I'll do my feed rate. I'll do my feed rate so we can see that gold on that classification plate. About a half a shovel full at a time, the way I do it.
Can you do a close-up shot on that? Because look at all the gold that's on there, and I can't get it.
I'll give you a look at the gold on the classification plate here. Okay, so we've already run our material, we've already gone over everything else. I've already put the, you have to block off the water flow. Before I pan this out, which is what we're going to do first, I blocked off water flow to the skid plate. And now we'll go ahead and see what we've got inside the catch pan. Now I like that. I'm only seeing 3 pieces out of that whole 2+ grams of gold. That works for me. Alright, now for the gold on the skid plate, or the classification plate. We're just going to make it go right down into that trap. Alright, now we just simply pull our pin, slide our tray out. Give it a good rinse. And I dunk it down in and rinse the tubes out. Stick your hand inside here, wash that out. That's it.
Now the setup is exactly the same.
Why is it when you're trying to do a clean out, when you're trying to pan, that's when the deer flies and horse flies come?
Well, that's the truth. Woo!
I will be bringing this home to process it.
There is a lot of gold there. I don't know.
So there's our 2 grams of gold.
It's all back in the bucket.
That's right. And look at that fine, fine flour that it keeps. Micro dots. So there's the Green Mountain Gold Trap, folks. That's how she works.